General Noriel was one of Aguinaldo's right-hand men, right? Del Pilar and Noriel. He died someplace else. Some are still alive. And some are still alive. But, so there is a large number of dependents. Okay.
Oh, this is the one.
Here. You want to see the height difference. His wife's name is down here, Ellen Covey, and she died November 4th during the war. All of that history is lost. Here's John Gilbert. Federal budget, a U.S. government agency maintaining it like it should, because there are American Filipinos who served in armed forces. When the U.S. Air Force left in 1991, there was no provision made for the perpetual care and maintenance of the cemetery. It was an oversight. It's nothing more than a simple oversight. It's way too much to try to maintain this cemetery through voluntary contributions. American Cemetery in Manila today. What they did after the war, they had an area. Then they built the new big American military. But that site, because it's on a high ground. By the way, this company right here, if you go look, this is a Filipino company. Jose Rizal writes. People celebrate on the 4th of July, but they forgot 8,600 who helped make that freedom happen. So I think Americans on the 4th of July need to sit and reflect that they've left 8,600 individuals abandoned and forgotten at Clark Cemetery in the Philippines and need to do what's right, and that is to get the U.S. government to take over its responsibility.
That our country rests now in the hands of our Heavenly Father, the Supreme Commander.
We have a number of Filipino American friends who have retired back here.
The pink or black skin.
Yeah. So, and over in Cavite, because that's where Sangley Point. We have a saying in the American military, we don't leave our brothers behind, and that applies both in combat and it applies both with our fallen brothers. And that's where the American government is remiss in having left these veterans here without a plan for their continued care in this resting place. So all of us, we're all members of different services, Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, Navy, Coast Guard, but all of us subscribe to that creed, and we're not ready to let this cemetery be taken back by the jungle simply because the government won't do it what it's supposed to. If we have to do it ourselves, we will do it.
I ask the American people, stand by these cemeteries that overseas. They're rich in our heritage and they're in our history deep. Don't let these guys be forgotten. stand by them as you stood by them during all their conflicts during the Great Wars.